We are here at Big Play with Brianna Hoops Green, right, with the Harlem Globetrotters. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's, before we get into the whole basketball thing, what got you kind of started into it? Was it a family pastime?
I mean, born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. So, I mean, that alone says it for itself, growing up in a basketball state. But I picked up a ball because my older brother, around 4 or 5 years old, he was playing basketball and I wanted to be like him. And that's what he was doing. So I just fell in love with the game at a young age, and it just allowed me to travel the world, and I played at all levels now.
So you said you were influenced by your brother. Were there certain skill sets or certain techniques that you learned or developed from him?
I think just from him mainly, it was my competitive nature. Like, just me and him would go at it one-on-one all day, every day. And we had a little mini hoop, like a little tight hoop in the basement. We would raise it to the highest it could go, and we would just play in there. We would try to dunk on each other. We would go
talking
at it.
Smack.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
My mom would have to bring us in for dinner at night. Like we were playing all the time. So I think just playing against him, playing against guys, that competitive nature brought it out.
Now, you are one of the few, one of only 5 female Globetrotters, correct? There's only been 5.
Well, I'm the 15th in 94 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, do you find there is a difference between playing versus men versus women? And if so, what would be that difference?
I mean, I haven't played against a woman I feel like it's been a long time now. It's been a couple of years. But, you know, like playing collegiately and playing professionally, playing against women, they're more my size, my height, you know, so that's something. But playing against men, like I said, I've been doing it since I was little, like I was a little girl. Obviously, men tend to be quicker, stronger. A
little more physical.
More physical. So that's the thing that kind of separates it. Because overall, I think women can, as far as skill level, women are matched with men. I think so. Like, women can shoot the ball just as good. Women can handle the ball just as good. But it's just men are more physical because they're stronger, they're taller, they're quicker. So that's the difference, I would say.
Well, and before we were shooting, I saw that you were, you know, you had this in your hands. You were dribbling it pretty much everywhere, under your legs, all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes down to like anything else. Practice, 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 right?
Yeah, like anything. You could do it. I mean, you could, just like filming and recording. Yeah, you could. If somebody practice it, they'll be able to do it like anything in life. If you invest in time and hours, you know, you'll eventually get the hang of it. So it comes naturally to me.
Did you have any favorite players growing up?
My favorite player was Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson.
And what was it about them that made you that drew you to them?
I've always been a Laker fan, so Kobe Bryant was his mentality, just that Mamba mentality that we call it now, but just like resilient, and he was just a problem on the court. Nobody was going to stop him. Nobody was going to get in his way. He was just going to go through you. So that was with him. It was his mentality, and with Allen Iverson, it was just like his swag, his confidence, the way he handled the basketball, and those are the players that I looked up to and just kind of idolized my game after.
Well, and Bryant's practice regimen.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was just second to none.
Yeah, I mean, he was he was very passionate about the game. He was one of the greatest to ever do it. He was just different from everybody else. He separated himself.
Now you had countless offers to play college all over the place, and you chose UTEP.
Yeah.
What made you decide UTEP?
So I narrowed it down. I think my top 5 were UTEP, South Carolina, Florida. I can't even remember. Kansas. I can't even remember now. But UTEP was my last official visit that I went on. And I got on the phone. I was able to talk to Don Haskins, which was pretty cool. And he was bribing me, telling me why I should come to UTEP. The school was great. I knew I was going to be able to come in. I knew I was going to be able to start. I knew that I liked the players, and just it was different. Like, it was a completely different atmosphere of what I was used to. It was far away from home, and I just wanted to get away a little bit and just kind of grow up. And, you know, they were ranked top 25 in the nation at the time, so it was a good school. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Glory Road or not. It's where Kentucky, Adolph Rupp, the coach, was at Kentucky. They played UTEP, which is Texas Western, and so that kind of had a history together. But that's why.
Now, you've also played, I think, Mexico, Spain, Czech Republic.
Yep.
Which really kind of emphasizes that basketball is really a global game. People think of soccer as a global game, but basketball really is also a very global game.
Definitely a global game. It's only getting bigger. There's plenty of players on the NBA that are from, I don't know, France, just Europe in general,
Spain.
all over Europe. Yeah, Spain, France, Poland, I don't even know. It's definitely a global game, and I mean, basketball is all around the world.
Was there anything different about playing there than playing in the States?
Honestly, it's the physicality of it. When I went to Mexico, it was really physical. I don't know if it's because when you play overseas, you're only allowed to have one international player. So they usually you're only allowed to have basically 2 Americans. So people knew that, and they're just like trying to
they just
do it.
Try to just steamroll.
It's getting your head, and but you just gotta play through it.
So they just try to steamroller over you, basically.
There was some moments, yeah,
where they get through the physicality of it.
I'm like, geez, yeah.
So let's talk about the Globetrotters. How did that opportunity come about for you?
So I was playing. I had just gotten back from Mexico, and I had to have a knee surgery. So one day I was working at IMG Academy in Florida, and I hadn't been cleared by the doctor yet, but I knew I could start dribbling at least a little bit. So I was basically just bored, and I recorded myself dribbling, and I posted it on Facebook, and it went viral for whatever reason, and a recruiter invited me to try out. Here I am.
And then you tried out, and there you were.
Here I am.
Now, were you familiar with the Globetrotters growing up?
I had went to a game when I was about 8 years old. My aunt took me and my brother to a game. She said I was mesmerized, and I thought it was amazing. That was probably the last time I saw them. I seen them on Scooby-Doo once or twice.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but I didn't really exactly follow them until I, started being interested in joining the team.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break in a minute.
Okay.
That way we can go to commercial, pay a few bills, and then we're going to come right back with Brianna Hoopscreen with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.